Hi, welcome to the video on the multiple step income statement development. This illustration, this case is going to use the same data we used to prepare the single step income statement format for Racket Sales Corporation. So now I hope you will take a moment again, pause the video, and go ahead and prepare the Racket Sales Corporation income statement for the year ended December 31, 2024 in the multiple step income statement format. When you're done, come back and watch the video. Good luck. Okay, welcome back. I hope you have successfully completed the multiple step income statement. Once again, I did the title up here, and you'll recognize these amounts. They're the same. We're just reorganizing the amount we had presented, the amounts we had presented, the information we had presented on the single step income statement. So here we start with the multiple step income statement starts with sales revenue. You'll remember that $1 million, the sum of the $850,000 in sales at the tennis division and the $150,000 at the racquetball division. And then the cost of those sales was $388,000. $300,000 at the tennis division and $88,000 at the racquetball division. Thus, that comes to the subtotal that is so important, so crucial to the multiple step income statement, gross profit. This format allows users to quickly see what is our gross profit on each sale. Our cost us about 38.8% of our selling price to acquire the goods. And so we make gross profit of about 61.2% weighted average of the two divisions. And then we can use those profits to pay the other costs associated with doing the business of our company. Okay, that leads to section 2 of a multiple step income statement, operating expenses. And by the way, once again, remember that we would provide 2 years of income statement data. So we would simply here, we would have 2023, we'd have the numbers from last year, prepared the same way from the accounting worksheet last year. Last year, the financial statements would have shown 2023 and 2022. This year, we're going to show, we would show 3 years typically. So this year, we would have 2024, 2023, and 2022. And last year, we would have had 2023, 2022, and 2021, the income statements for those 3 years. So we're keeping it simple here and just showing the 2024, the new year, and we would have carried forward the last 2 years and provided that information, that comparative information, 3 years of comparative income statements. Okay, second section of the multiple step income statement is the operating expenses. And here we start with selling expense. Remember, that was $65,000 at the tennis division and $0 at the racquetball division. General administrative expense was $150,000, comprised of $125,000 associated with the tennis division and $25,000 associated with the racquetball division. Rent expense was $18,000, $12,000 at the tennis division, $6,000 at the racquetball division, and depreciation expense was $10,000. And those are our 4 operating expenses. Now, you may be wondering right now, one mistake you may have made, and that's okay. It's a good time to learn this. You may have put income tax or interest expense or income tax expense here. We'll see where they're put and why they're put where they're put in a moment. So that makes total operating expenses the sum of these 4 and that's 243,000, which we show down here. And now we have the operating income, another subtotal. A subtotal that very much distinguishes a multiple step income statement. And that is the 612,000 of gross profit minus the other operating expenses of 243,000. And then we have a section called Other Operating Expenses. By the way, what that said, I hope I had that. That's just showing that that's where the 369 came from. Okay, I'm sure you knew that, but just in case. Now we start the other income or expense. Why did I put that in parentheses? I put this in parentheses because if any of these items upcoming are in parentheses, that means they're a net expense. If they're a positive number, they're a net income item. So in this section, we might have income items and we might have expense items. Let's see what we do indeed have. Well, we have both. We have the interest revenue of 25,000 and the interest expense of 12,000. And again, these are in non-operating items. These are a result of financing decisions. These are the costs of choosing debt financing rather than equity financing. We also have that one-time gain on the sale of investments at the tennis division. And so the net of all those items becomes another subtotal. 43,000 to the good, positive. And since it's positive, it's going to increase the operating income this year of 369 to 412,000. 369,000 plus 43,000. And then we have income tax expense of 112,000 and net income of 300,000. Okay, and that you recognize that number because of course it's the same number we saw on the single step income statement. We're just providing the information to users in a different format. This format, this multiple step income statement format, is much more common for retailers especially and manufacturers. Indeed, it's much more popular with most types of companies. This multiple step format is what you're going to do in your career a lot more than the single step format. But of course, the rules do not say which to use. Your clients and your company are welcome to use either. I thought in this